MyLearning's Fusion platform offers a range of reporting tools that allows senior managers to track student and teacher progress. All of these reports are accessed via the Reports button. The icon on each of the reports indicates what type of report it is and what format it appears in. The graph-based reports are very flexible and visible, so I can click on Total Logins and just look at logins last week. It immediately generates a graph for the logins on my system last week, and there are also defaults to last month and last year. I can also choose to look at logins for a group. And again, I get an instant graph showing me who's been logging in. This very flexible tool also allows me to select by date. Any graph that's produced using these graphs can also be exported as images and PDFs, as well as an Excel spreadsheet, so all the data can be captured and used elsewhere. The list type of reports are generated as an on-screen display, so I can choose any group of students and any date range. So I'm going to choose my English group, and this is the English group throughout the entire history of the school time, but I can also filter that by date range and just look at more recent logins. It looks at that time period and tells me how many times they've logged in and when the last login was during that period. Again, any data in these lists can be exported to a CSV file. For school managers and teachers as well, you can go in and use the metrics graphs. I can choose an individual student, and it will give me an overview of that student's activity over the last 30 days. I can also select a class group, and it will do the same. It will tell me all the activity of that group over the last 30 days. I can also look at a teacher activity overview or a homework overview. For example, in the homework, I can go in and I can instantly see a list of all my teachers and the homework that they have historically set on the system. I can then filter that by active homework rather than all homework. I can filter for a particular date range, a subject, a group, or I can choose teachers or students. This allows me to look at precisely the homework I'm interested in. And again, all the data can be exported to a CSV file. You will see navigation at the top right of here as well. This button takes me to the other type of activity reporting. And on the front page, it gives me an overview of all my teachers and all their activity on the system. Number of logins, number of classes, amount of homework set, and amount of task list set. And I can drill down to one individual teacher and look at all their classes. I can click on a class and look at all the students within that class, and I can click on an individual student. And this gives me an overview of that one student's homework and task list activity on the system. There's also a grading center where all grades on the system are held, and again you can search for any grades for any user, any group, the title of a grade, the subject and the date graded. And finally there's a link to the mark book where again you can collate the marks for any group of students and any subject. And once again, any grades that are stored or recorded in here can be exported to a CSV file. You can get an overview of the storage on your system. You can scan all the messages on the system, and you can also see the logs of any infringements on the censor filter. And finally, for the admin, there's a range of user data available as printouts or spreadsheets. So that's an overview of the reporting capabilities within MyLearning's Fusion platform.